Well, it's Sunday, and spent the weekend kind of being a bum. So I figured today I would come back out to the deck and get set up and start sanding and see what kind of progress I can make on that. I mean, all the puttying we did a couple of days ago, so it's all nice and solid and whatnot. So anyways, we'll give that some sanding down. Some of it's going to probably be unreachable by the thing, but you know, I don't know, that's the way it goes. Let's see how it goes. Alright, well, I started sanding, and I'm not really going for like a full sand down, so you know, I'm not trying to get like this off. What I'm really trying to do is turn it from something that's like rough like this to something that's relatively smooth like this. And then the little cracks and whatnot that are in here, I'm hoping will get filled in with the epoxy paint. So, how's it going with you?
Pretty good.
Dog isn't freaking out.
Broke a nail pretty good though.
Broke a nail?
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of day one sanding, because I'm beat. But got that area over here, all around the door, and everything from the new board that way has been sanded. So I'm going to stop because, well, I feel like I'm going to throw up. So, so that's a good time to stop. But, and I'm out of sanding pads, so that's another good reason. So I got to get more sanding pads, and I actually did hit this one post over here while I was playing around, and it cleans up really nice. Looks real nice. So when that's painted, that should look really nice and clean. That's a little more tiring than I thought it would be. Now that is a dirty job. So it's like 9 o'clock and I'm done with the main deck. So the main deck has now been sanded. I still have like the outer pieces to do and the railing itself to do, but this is a big step. Also, the steps need to be done, but they're a little wet from earlier today. So anyways, so that's it for tonight. I am going to collapse. That's the next morning, and just kind of surveying the work. Yeah, everything looks pretty clean. Cleaned up, I guess. Now I gotta start on the railings a little bit and not hit those. I think I'm just gonna focus mostly on the parts that I puttied and get those cleaned up, and then after I finish that, I'm gonna wash the whole thing down. And it looks like I gotta wash down my pool cover a little bit too. And then we're also gonna do these steps. These are left too, so I gotta wait for that to dry out a bit. And yep, I'm gonna clean the pool. We shocked the pool last night. I don't know if this is gonna show up on video really well, but when you shock the pool, you get these little rings of dirt. So we pump the pool up in level. We bring the water level up, and then we just pump that all out. It's all good. So today is going to be a day of firsts. Because Shannon
I get to mow the lawn.
is going to mow the lawn while I work on the deck. And so I put the lawnmower together, except for that. No one saw that. So, time for mower instructions and handling. They grow up so fast. So while Shannon's doing that, I'm gonna work on the deck. So after a little while, I'm done sanding. All the railings are done. How about this? I'm done sanding with that tool because there's still places like this corner where I can't get the tool in there. So I might just go get a sanding block and some 100 grit sandpaper and just hit those last little areas manually, which will suck, but then it'll be done. At least done sanding. And then we paint. So we're back in the house, and we did some Costco shopping. We picked up this stuff, which is like pretty. I don't know if I can.
It's vodka and Moscato.
Vodka and Moscato. Is that what it is? Okay, let's shake it up here. Like, and sparkly stuff. Or something. I don't know. It was pretty freaking cool is all I know. It's not showing up very well. It doesn't film very good. It's pretty awesome though. I don't know. We're going to give it a shot and see what it tastes like probably a little later. It's the next day, and I think today is going to be the last day of sanding. This whole deck has pretty much been done with a palm sander, but I picked up a new tool today. Or yesterday actually. So I have myself a belt sander now, but it's a belt sander that also like flips up, so there'll be sandpaper here, so I can get these last little spots here in these areas here, and this one over here I think has got a lot. Yeah, it's got some there. So I've got those spots to hit, and then I'm done sanding, and then I'm just going to rinse everything down so that everything's at least as clean as I can get it, and then we can start painting, and that'll be a whole process in its own. Well, that's it. I learned something very important today. This thing is awesome. I wish I had this thing when I started this project. It had probably taken half the time because it just sands like no tomorrow. So, lesson learned. Big project, get a bigger sander. Palm sander, use it for some furniture maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to clean up my tools, put them away, clear the deck, and then I'm just going to wash down this area with the garden hose and spray. Just get all the grime that's kind of accumulated. Grime, the sanding residue. Just gonna wash it all down. That way, have a nice clean surface when we start painting, which hopefully we'll do that, yeah, soon. Alright, after several days of work, it's done. It's rinsed down, and it's ready to start getting painted anytime. You know, obviously it's wet, but it's drying real quick because the sun's out. It's like, what, 100 degrees in the sun? So, yeah, this ought to be dry pretty darn quick, but I think we're not going to do it today, but maybe in a few days. Prep sucks, but it's done. And now we can move on to the fun part? I don't know, painting. We got 4 gallons of epoxy-ish paint that's designed to like restore decks. So to fill in like little gaps and stuff in the wood. So hopefully that'll make the deck last longer. Because, I mean, the deck isn't in the best of shape. I mean, it's structurally sound. There's a couple boards that in that, like, near the fireplace, or not the fire, but the chimney, that could probably use a replacement. But, you know, this might add a few years of additional life to this deck, and I see that as a good thing.